Hey, what's up, guys? Back for another update. I'm having a really good day. I hope you're having a really good day. I'm just kind of high on the fumes of the No Kings protest. Really encouraged by a lot of what I'm seeing. I want to give you an update, of course, on the my signs that I made. Where I left off, I was going to make some of these signs. I did. I made 3 of them, and I'm going to get to those. But I want to take today specifically to look at kind of a longer arc. How do the protests fit into a longer arc from my perspective to see us making progress in areas that I have personally pressed on for years? And it really just gives me so much hope. And these are days where hope is a thing that you want to share, not keep to yourself. So if this can bring you hope, then I hope it does. First, let's talk about the American flag. The American flag. Purple Mountain Majesty. The American flag has been a contentious topic on the left for... It annoys me to no end because I often get into disagreements, and I specifically go out of my way to focus on the American flag. The left should adopt the American flag. I've been saying this for years, that the left should adopt the American flag. The right, every time that they use it and co-opt it, and the left, idiots. The left is changing, by the way. So when I say the left, I'm going to be talking about a year, the last year. Before that, Marxists, anarchists, socialists, least of all socialists, they annoy the fuck out of me about how much they don't want to fly the American flag because of its associations with imperialism and its associations, obviously, with capitalism and being the leader of the free world. They don't want to fly the American flag. They think that we should be distancing ourselves from the American flag, when I have been saying that we need to be reclaiming it, co-opting it, because if we don't, the right will, and it just naturally evokes things in the hearts and minds of people who live here. Americans are obsessed with the American flag. I'm talking about regular Americans are obsessed with the American flag. We saw that flag flying all over yesterday. It was Flag Day. And I just love that. I think we've hit a turning point now where if you were on the left and you didn't realize it before, you realize it now. Oh, wait, the American flag can work for us, not against us. We should take it back. We should take it for us. Yeah, yes, it represents imperialism. Yes, it represents a sordid history of genocide and just destruction. It also represents the place we are right now. And that is not something that you want to alienate from you if you're hoping to win the hearts and minds of the people that you are where you are right now, which is the United States. Every time I hear somebody say that on the left that we shouldn't wave an American flag, I instantly, if it's online, I instantly don't think that they're American. It's like, how can you be so stupid to actually legitimately think that we should not be flying the American flag? Okay, I'm going to stop rambling about that. Something else that has been developing, which I just love to see, is something I have specifically been trying to push for years, which is the idea of Month Day. We have May Day. What we should have is May Day, April Day, June Day, November Day, every single month, a day that everyone knows we're going to show up, workers are going to represent, we're going to flex, and we're going to get out of there, and we're going to remind the ruling class that we're alive, we're here, and we're ready to fight. Doing it every month, knowing when the day is every month, gives a kind of power that I have gone way out of my way to try to spread this message. But it's happening, and it's not Month Day like I originally was trying to push, where it's, January 1st, February 1st, March, April, May, like for the first of every month in the style of May Day, May 1st. It's not happening that way. It's happening where they're all unique. This month has been like Flag Day. Last month it was May 1st. The month before that I think was our 50-51. So we're having monthly protest days in the United States now. And it's not in the first of every month, but who cares? It doesn't matter what day it is. Now the next day is kind of de facto July 4th, isn't it? Can you think of a better day than July 4th? And it's coming up, it's just a couple weeks away. So for me personally, it has been so satisfying to see these ideas enter into the bloodstream, the life force of us as a people. These are like antibodies of us being like, yeah, you know what? We're going to go out. We're going to flex as workers. Let's all do it. We're going to have a great time. And we did. We had a great time. The No Kings protest was awesome. And I'm going to get back to those protests and these signs. But I still want to keep wrapping up this idea, this how these ideas move through time, and the joy of seeing them evolve through time, and why I'm so optimistic. If you were watching my nationalization campaign or whatever on Reddit that I was doing in 2023 and 2024, you know about how it all culminated in a week long or 5 days of me pressing my last message. I was posting every single day for a year, but my last message was make them pay. Make the people who destroyed East Palestine, make the capitalists that are poisoning our towns in the United States and getting away with it, make them pay. Make them pay. I made a big thing of it. I hit it on purpose. That was the culmination. You can kind of view a lot of memes as like little, like you're sprouting out spores, or you could think of it like you're putting out little injections, and kind of like when you're at the dentist and you're having something horrible done, they give you the little injections and so they can give you the big injection. My make them pay was kind of like the ultimate message I wanted to leave everyone with. We have to make capitalists pay. They control our transportation and they get away with murder, literally get away with murder. They poison us on a massive scale. They poison us on the scale of actual towns, and they did it, and we watched them do it, and they're doing fine. They don't care. We literally don't make them pay for anything, so they continue to do it every day. Average of 3 of those accidents every day in the United States, by the way. Derailments. So I was talking to a friend of mine who told me that the organization they're a part of, they told me about an organization that has adopted the slogan, make polluters pay. And as far as I can tell, the organization is like, that slogan and that whole push took place like 6 months to a year. It took place far enough after my make them pay push that I am just happy. I deserve no credit. All I want to see is these ideas being pushed out, that people are realizing that these are ideas that work. We need to think of capitalists who control our industries in terms of them not paying anything. They pay nothing. So like there are slogans like tax the rich and eat the rich, which I'm not a huge fan of. Make them pay has a connotation that I really like. And to know now that it's catching on, make polluters pay is a slogan that's catching on. It's just like, it just warms my heart. We're getting our shit together. In terms of people challenging the ruling class, these are ideas, simple ideas that need to germinate so that we can work together as one living structure to challenge them. Because they work together as a living structure to challenge us and destroy our lives. We have to do the same. We've got to bind, and these ideas bind us in the same way that the ruling class's ideas and their lust and greed binds them. I mean, it's actually not that difficult. They have their structure. We need to create our structure, and ideas are how we beat them. Because their ideas only go so deep. Their idea is, how do I get more for me? They don't actually care about each other, the ruling class. They recognize that they're in it together and they will work together, but only as far as it benefits them. They'll turn on each other in a second. Unlike the working class solidarity where it's, no, we're all for one for all. We are in this together. The ruling class doesn't actually have any ideals. Long rant that I could just go on and on about. I wanted to share these things, the American flag being adopted by workers as and people that are on the left, like myself, that are maybe more far left, anarchists or socialists, what have you, that they are learning that the American flag is a symbol that we can use, and like that we should use it is just incredible to see. Seeing slogans that really, I think, resonate. This is why I got behind Make Them Pay. I want to see that attitude represented. Seeing it represented out in the wild just feels really satisfying. And again, we've got these monthly protests that are happening. This is critical. That is key. There's such power in a calendar. The fact that we're all kind of getting on the same page, like, you know what? We're going to do these protests regularly, actually, because this is some fucking bullshit. Yes. Good. That is necessary in order for us to accomplish what we need to accomplish. There's nothing saying that we're guaranteed to win. We're not. We can lose. And that's something we should all remember. We can lose. It's incumbent upon us to make sure that we win. But I'll say this, if we were ever going to win, this would be necessary. This sort of organization, this sort of regular protesting would be necessary. This sort of messaging would be necessary. Okay, moving on. So I made 3 signs. I made, they can't imprison all of us. I've got sink yachts. And I've got make billionaire lives worse. I did not take these to the protest, the No Kings protest. Instead, what I did, and this is, look, I love the protests. I think you should absolutely go to the protests. For me personally, I like going where there's going to be a lot of people, and I'm going to be the only one there. I like to go where people aren't expecting to get hit with slogans. Like, you know, if you flip open a magazine, you're expecting to get hit with ads all the time. But if you walk outside of a place and you're in public and you overhear someone say something about something, you know, that's much better than an ad, something positive. Much better than an ad. Encountering something in the wild is catching somebody off guard. Again, like there's a million analogies I could use, but think about this in terms of like spores being emitted, or pollen, or a virus. You know, the simpler the virus, the more it spreads. Like, what you want is simple messaging that is able to get through defenses and propagate and spread naturally and mutate. So you have to condense your ideas into the smallest unit, like, for example, make them pay, and try to see how much you can spread that. I'm just using make them pay as an example. I'm talking purely about memes. So knowing that this is a big sports town, we have on the same day as the No Kings Day, we had a KC Currents game, which is our local women's soccer team, which is awesome. We have our devoted, beautiful fan base here. And unfortunately, the parking situation is not great for the fans. It's really not great. So when the games get out, they're all funneled out through this street. They're all forced through a bottleneck, a public bottleneck that is near my home, where I set up with these 3 signs and hit at least a couple hundred people. I mean, I don't know. I was distracted, but I mean, there were hundreds of people leaving the game. I don't know exactly how many. And it was great. Loved it. Sink Yachts got a really great reception. Tons of people were taking pictures of it as they were going by. That was really fun to see. 2 people tried to steal my make billionaire lives worse. In a bad way, they tried to steal it. So it was great. It was a really good time. Had a blast hanging out with my signs. Didn't get any good pictures or anything because I was the only person there. Some of my neighbors joined me, but I think what I learned was, because I kind of had the signs funneling through the main street, literally Main Street. I think next time some people left and went down either, once they left the pavilion, they would go down either east or west down 2nd Street. So I think more signs, and I want to hit both sides of the street on every single way that they could possibly go. So there's no avoiding some radical messaging. That means I need at least 6 signs. And I probably need at least 2 more people to help me, because it is a little bit nerve-wracking watching the sign, both of them, and interacting with people, because some people are more interactive. The game just got out. They're walking to their cars, or they're walking to the streetcar, and they're ready to talk sometimes. Sometimes they're just tired and they just want to go home. But to just hang out there, I think I need 2 more people, and I need 3 more signs. So the cool thing is that these games where they get out, it's a choke point where there's going to be a lot of people and no cops and no one else messaging. So that is a ripe opportunity to drop messaging that's potent among people who have their guard down. This is not a protesting event. This is my front yard, to be totally honest. Where they let out is right where I live. So I have every right to hang out and put up some public signs. And if somebody has a problem with it, they can come and let's talk about what's wrong with me doing this. That's where I'm kind of at. I'm very excited. I can't express how hopeful I'm feeling. I know I say this every time. Like, if you had been on the left 15 years ago, yeah, things were not as decayed and corrupt as they are now, but we knew it was getting here. The fact that people are realizing that en masse and organizing in a way that we needed to do decades ago, but that we're doing it at all is such a relief. And we're far from being done, but to see growth happening and sporadic, spontaneous, independent structures being formed, these nascent structures, is just really heartening. And I wanted to share that with you guys, and also give my update. So I hope this finds you well. What are we at? Okay, yeah, a little bit longer of a video today, but I'll give you an update as soon as I can. Right now, I'm probably just going to be making more signs and going to try to hit up another KC Currents game. Hopefully that goes well. I'll catch you guys later. Bye.